Hi, you can improve your credit, and I want to show you how. But first, check out my story. At age 47, I had excellent credit with scores around 800. I also had over $400,000 in credit cards available to me, as well as other credit. I was even able to purchase a new car for my daughter's high school graduation using my Amex card. That was in 1987. 1988 was a different story. I had purchased a 139-unit apartment building that I planned to convert to condominiums. The savings and loan failure was in full force. Inflation had gone amok, and the Fed chairman, Mr. Volcker, was determined to get on top of the situation by raising the interest rates. By the time I had delivered my last condos to my investor buyers, the interest rate was 18%. The good news was that I had delivered all the units to my buyers. The bad news was that I found myself $1.5 million in debt. I had used my personal credit cards and lines of credit to pay for the remodeling of the building. I found myself facing bankruptcy. My prior 800 credit scores were now in the low 400s. That was my first experience with needing credit repair. It took several years to dig out of that one. A bankruptcy, credit card collections, late payments, and more. By the year 2000, almost 10 years later, my scores were back near 800 and life was good. For my retirement, my wife and I had purchased 50 homes for rental, and everything was great. Then, in 2005, I was told I needed open heart surgery to replace the aortic valve. I was 65 years old, and surgery had gone relatively well. Then, in 2006, the housing market was in the beginning of the crash. In 2007, I defaulted on 50 mortgages after my lenders told me that they could not discuss alternatives unless I was in default. That has since been termed lender-induced default. After defaulting, they told me that there were no alternatives for me. They knew that in the beginning when they told me to default. My near 800 scores had again dropped to the low 400s. Bankruptcy number 2 and my second journey into credit repair had begun. This time I knew some things that I had learned from my first bankruptcy. However, this time the bankruptcy was accompanied by 50 foreclosures. By 2010, my credit scores were again in pretty good shape. It only took 5 years this time. Now, at the current time, my scores are again around 800, and the credit doors have opened wide. We have a 6-figure reserve and an 8-figure imagination. And I'll talk more about that later. I went through telling you all of that for 2 reasons. One, to show you that I know what I'm talking about, and 2, to show you that no matter how bad it looks, you can overcome and survive. I don't know what your situation is, but it's probably less severe than the above. Some credit situations can be cleaned up or cleared up in a short amount of time, a month or 2. Some take a year or more. If your credit is currently a liability dragging you down, I want to help make it an asset, enabling you to get the car, the house, or any other goal you want. Without good credit, you're in a real disadvantage in today's economy. Good credit can be used to develop cash flow, secure free vacations, including hotel rooms, airfare, rental cars, and more. Good credit can be and should be a real asset to any individual, family, or business. The sad truth is that our economy needs workers, lots of workers. Our education system has been designed to supply those workers with the knowledge needed for members of the working class. Education is designed to keep most people in the working class. You're not taught how to break free from the working class, but you can. Debt is meant to work for you, and it does work for those who know how to use it as an asset, and wealthy people know how. What the average working class individual needs is a coach to help them turn credit into an asset. And that's exactly what Grandpa's willing to do. To start with, you need to know how the credit bureaus work. They are your financial enemy number one. It's a battle for you to get from where you are to where you want to be. The bureaus are private companies set up to make a profit. They want you to think that they're part of the government, but they are not. They're traded on the stock exchange just like any other for-profit company. In fact, they are not bureaus. They are credit reporting agencies. They make money from keeping track of you, how you pay your bills, what kind of purchases you make, and who you deal with. When you apply for a home loan, a car loan, a personal loan, or a rental application, credit card application, etc., information is sent to the credit reporting agencies. They charge the informants a fee for recording and sharing the information. The more information that they have on you, the more they can earn. The credit reporting agencies were so unreasonable before 1970 that the government stepped in with a law controlling what the credit reporting agencies could and couldn't do. That law is called the Fair Credit Reporting Act. In the FCRA, the recording agencies are told that they must report only, number one, accurate information, number two, verifiable information, and number three, timely information. If the items on your report are not accurate, not verifiable, or not timely, they should be removed. Remember, the more information they keep, the more they make. They don't want to remove anything. You must know and understand the FCRA and challenge the credit reporting agencies to remove items which should be removed according to the FCRA. If they refuse to remove any items, any individual has the right to refer them to an attorney. There is a whole group of attorneys nationwide that specialize in suing the credit reporting agencies. They file the suits on a contingency basis. If they win, they get paid. If they win, you also normally get paid. Credit reporting agencies know how to stall, bluff, and ignore you. It is up to you to learn enough about the laws set forth in the FCRA to convince the agencies to remove items or make changes according to the FCRA. If they refuse to, persistence and the attorneys who work on a contingency basis are your friends. If you decide to hire someone to repair your credit, their understanding of the law, including the FCRA, is going to determine how effective they are in getting the job done for you. The book that you just downloaded gives you everything you need to know about how to go up against the credit reporting agencies. We use a 6-step plan to challenge the agencies. Each round of letters is a step. Steps 2 and 3 are often the most productive. We recommend that you use the same plan. The one thing the book does not give you is experience. You will get that as you proceed. Just remember, the credit reporting agencies know all the tricks and they know human nature. They want you to give up and quit. You probably have questions, and I don't want you to leave without making you one more free offer that can really help you. If you press the button below, you can set up a free call to go over your credit report line by line. We will tell you which items need to be challenged and what you can expect in the way of results and time. Press the button. You'll be glad that you did.